we're back, troll face. Tell the truth. It was just kind of... I was thinking about how you seem to have everything so sorted out, even with Hanako relying on you. I can admit that even I kind of relied on you when I first transferred in. I think it's a good quality to have. I turned to Lilly, surveying her reaction. Oh, wait, what? She's forcing herself to look forward and furrowing her brow quite a bit. Her face looks a bit awkward, as if she was trying to find just the right words. I'm confused. Lilly? I would thank you, but assuming that I don't rely on the presence of others is too much, you'd be wrong to think that Hanako simply depends on me with nothing in return. Okay, you have my curiosity piqued. She seems to have a bit of trouble saying it, even though it's largely what I'd thought already. Unless I already know it and I forgot probably. If she's tried so hard to maintain her independence, as anyone would have had to in her position, cited or not, maybe she finds it hard to talk about her own needs. Oh, it's possible. She isn't the one. It's only now that I realize an omission in what she says, though. I decide to follow it up, largely in jest, to avoid things getting too personal. Oh, then what about me? She suddenly runs ahead of me and turns, blocking me off. Why did I nearly pause her? With a smile, she holds her hands behind her as she leans forward. You're different. What? What do you mean by that? I mean, I'm different in the real world, but why is this so different? And with that, she turns back and continues to walk ahead of me, a newfound spring in her step. All I can do is raise an eyebrow and give a dazed grin. I don't think I've ever seen this playful and teasing side of her before. I like it. I really do. So, I'm different. It's hard to work out the exact context, but knowing her, this ambiguity was intended. Our relationship has been changing at the very least simply because I've begun to stand on my own feet more and started getting more curious about the situation of those around me. As to why, probably a mix of personal curiosity and a want to try and work out how to deal with my situation. Oh, right, yeah, we're back to this again. I'm less sure of Lilly, though. That's why her own statement, so similar to my own feelings towards her, throws me off so much. Watching her make her way up the street, cane tapping from left to right, I decide to settle the matter later and just smile. This is a nice side to her, and I don't want to forget it. Eventually we get to the girls' dormitories, both my arms aching from the weight of the 2 sets of groceries. You weak bastard. Ha, we're finally here. Phew. I bend down to wipe my forehead with the back of my hand. Lilly stops in front of her door and sets down her bag, fishing around in her pocket for the key. Thank you, Isao. I really appreciate your help. This is nothing. I was gonna say it was nothing. It might be nothing to you, but it's definitely something for me. Okay. And with that, she steps through her door, closing it behind her. I blink. Those were nothing but honest thanks, but I can't help feeling something different about them. Anyway, I have something else to do before I can mull on that at my leisure. What? I butchered a line. I turn back to the door to Hanako's room and proceed to knock twice in quick succession. The bag still in my hand, rustling together. Hello there. After a couple of seconds, the door slowly opens. If one weren't looking closely, they could be forgiven for thinking it hadn't moved at all. What? If one weren't looking closely, they could be forgiven for thinking it hadn't moved at all. I have no idea what that means. I twist my head to the side to try and peer through the tiny silver of a gap between the door and the door frame. Hey, Iwanako, I've got your stuff. Ah. With that, she opens the door completely, making her plain room visible over her shoulder. Sparsely decorated, it's probably even more unremarkable than my room. Don't say that. I hold out my right arm, both bags almost pulling it. What? I hold out my right arm, both bags almost pulling it straight back down with their weight. There we are. Thank you, Isao. Yeah, they sound different. I'm sorry to make you carry them all this way. It's fine, don't worry. Just don't make me do it every day, okay? I pass the bags to her as I give a light-hearted chuckle. After the initial transfer of weight, she manages to take them easily. Oh my god, you look weak, Isao. I'll be off then. Night, Hanako. Good night. See you in class tomorrow. I hope so. With a deep bow, her groceries still held in both hands, she steps back and shuts the door. Making my way back to my own dorm, I put one bag into my other hand to balance them out. Even. Oh god. Even. Motherfucking even. Even though it's not said like that, but still. Even as I do so, I can't get Lilly's light-hearted smile out of my mind. When I'd first met her, it would have been nearly impossible to imagine her like that. I know! Well, she did smile, but not in the way you're describing. Indeed, it feels like we've become closer in the past few weeks since I first got to know both she and Hanako. Aha! Let me tell you why that's bullshit. What, you actually want to know? Nah, I'm not going to say. I will leave you hanging, because you will never know. What, did I read that? No, I didn't. The time that I spend with her each day, the small exchanges of happiness we share, those small moments of joy as I get closer to her. Never. I'm far from certain, but I don't think these are just normal feelings of friendship. Once I return to my room, I store away my groceries and begin getting ready for the night. Oh god, the flaming Death Note. I swap the school books in my bag for those I'll need tomorrow, pulling out the yellow envelope Misha gave me earlier in the process. Wait, do we actually know who it's from? Well, I know, but does he? I got so sidetracked by one thing after another that I couldn't deal with it earlier. Who could have... No, we haven't. Who could have written me, I wonder? The name neatly adorning the back of the envelope freezes me in my tracks. Mother of God! It's been so long since I've seen her writing, there's little chance I could have identified it as hers otherwise. Iwanako. The person that tried to kill us. See episode 1 of Katawa Shoujo if you don't know what I'm on about. Damn you, chair. Why should she have written me? I can't think of any good reason for her to do this. Oh! So this is how believes my method, believes my views, does he? Why did you have those views in Hanako's arc? I may have... damn it, I forgot the word. Jinxed myself. No, well, I almost don't open the letter, but there'd be little point to that. If I just left it alone, its mere existence would gnaw at me until I did something about it. Well, that's where you and I differ. I've never had something like this, but still. We would differ. I'd be like, sod it, I don't care. Like I said, I'm cynical. Oh, God. I look down at the piece of paper on my desk. I wonder if this is written differently. I'm curious. It's bright and summery decoration beaming happily at me. Well, you're about to feel very sad. The lettering is in pink, jarring badly, with the yellow sunflower border of all the card. What? What? Butchered. I butchered that. Sod it. The handwriting is neat, the characters having been written thoughtfully and with an unusual amount of care. I'd barely given the letter a second thought when it was given to me, but now I can't get its contents out of my mind. While I'd like to say that I don't know why she used such an old-fashioned method of communication, considering a phone call or an email would be both much faster and easier, the answer feels obvious enough, given the content. A letter leaves a comfortable distance between the sender and the recipient. I know that word, but I can't pronounce it. Unlike a phone, it isn't required that you engage in conversation, and unlike email, there is less expectation of an immediate reply. Statements such as the third years seem to be very anxious about the final exams, and it's so weird to think we are already seniors, isn't it? Are just small talk. Small talk that could have balls. Right, where the feck did I finish read off onto? I don't know. Third year senior, just small talk that could have been achieved by simply replying to any of the messages I sent her while in hospital. There we are. I did not leave. What are you trying to say? The ending, though, is the true reason she sent this. The last couple of lines added almost as an afterthought. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. It's a statement that should hurt. I've always heard breakups are nasty stuff, but it feels like this is simply a reaffirmation of what we both already do instead. It's the preceding text, no more than small talk, that makes me feel most uneasy. I can't figure out why, no matter how long I sit here and look down at this bright and summery piece of paper. If you would like to correspond with me, by all means, write me back. It's plainly obvious that this is not the type of letter to be replied to. In the end, this letter is no more than a simple abdication of responsibility, a final statement to reassure herself that our relationship is over. Oh my! Ah! You never began anything. It was just a simple case of I like you, and then shit went down. Simple as. And I'm not counting the hospital, because that shouldn't even count. Jesus Christ, this is how it's the same as the Hanako is how. Damn you! Alternate universe. Everything is supposed to be alternate, including the letter. But no, you still have this silly view. As such, I find I have little problem in scrunching the letter and envelope into a ball and tossing it into the waste bin. Ha! Ridding myself of its existence. Oh, I love you. I go to bed with mixed feelings, cheated out of a pleasant evening by this intruder from the past. Oh, show your hatred. Let it empower you. Ironically, it takes a while before I can manage to sleep. Damn it. Oh God, what have I done? Oh, there we are. Boop, boop, boop. So how long was that couple of scenes? I think about 6, 8 maybe. I'm saying this out loud, aren't I? Okay, like 3. Okay. I sweat profusely, awaiting the dreaded moment. One moment. What's happened? Each tick of the clock tenses my muscles that much more, every minute making more hair stand on the end. What's going on? It's coming for me. I can feel it. The fucking pigs! Death. Oh my god. Death in the form of a single sheet of paper. So, exam results. We meet again. How'd you like to die? Fire or water? I take the small pile of papers from the student in front of me and pass it backwards after plucking off the top piece. Looking to the top right of the page, I find my fears realized within that small red circle. Oh dear God. Oh my 43! On what? I hang my head and sigh in resignation, cursing under my breath. You fucking twat. I can feel the aura of a similar sentiment rising from the entire class. It's strange, but that fact lifts my mood by a minuscule amount. Misery loves company, I suppose. As the teacher opens his mouth, the room mouth. The room braces for the inevitable onslaught, only to be saved but at the last minute. Hallelujah.